Welcome to the Year 7 Partnership Evening Introduction to Science at St Peter's. I do hope you find this talk informative, which will highlight how your child will be taught science at St Peter's through our very exciting curriculum. Our vision for science at St Peter's is incredibly clear. We'd like to enable students to analyse and evaluate evidence in front of them, to be able to look out into the world and gain curiosity and ask questions about what is going on around them. This will help them to develop their independence to ask questions about any phenomena that they observe or can think about. And we'd like to encourage curiosity, love and care for the world. This is embedded within our curriculum and it's highlighted in the way that we use a context to all of our lessons, making sure that there's a link between the abstract ideas that the students look at and the world around them. In Key Stage 3 at Science at St Peter's, your child can develop a fundamental understanding of the world, looking at principles such as global warming linking in with biology, looking at the way that fuels work with chemistry, and then looking at energy efficiency with physics, and day-to-day life and things that we use on a daily basis, such as how a toaster works, and so on and so forth. We focus on core scientific themes and skills. This is in line with our mastery curriculum. And not only is the content incredibly important, but the skills that students develop around this, such as their ability to describe, explain, evaluate, analyse and determine situations. Finally, they will practice scientific investigation. Our curriculum is chock full of very interesting and tantalising experiments that they can perform in groups or on their own to gain data and analyse these phenomena. The topics during Year 7, 8 and 9 are as follows. Each of the topics is repeated in the next year, but taken a different view on the topic. While the skills will remain fairly similar, the content will remain slightly different and have an increasing sector of difficulty year on year as you proceed through 7, 8 and 9. In biology, we start off by looking at the fundamental principle of life in terms of cell structure and function, before building up to organ systems where students study the respiratory system, cardiac systems, muscular systems and beyond. We then look at bioenergetics, photosynthesis and respiration, as well as variation and evolution. In chemistry, we build on particles by moving to the periodic table, looking at the way that atoms work together, their reactivity, which takes us onto chemical reactions and energy. They then move on to formula and equations, a really important skill as you move forward in chemistry all the way up to Key Stage 5 level, where students will be able to balance these, look at how they interact, and then show us the product and reactants for various different chemical reactions in terms of their atoms that they've studied earlier on in the curriculum. In physics, we begin by looking at different forces, balanced or unbalanced, and then energy, as well as electricity and magnetism. Electricity and magnetism gives an excellent opportunity to look at circuits in real life, with a lot of experiments being designed within that. After moving on to waves, we then go on to scientific analysis, and you will notice that in each of the sciences there is an option for scientific analysis at the end, where students will do a series of experiments and look at their data and focus on their analytical skills and problem solving. There are a few practicalities that you should know about as a parent of a student doing science at St Peter's. First of all, assessments. There are regular 20-minute assessments in our lessons, and these are called progress checks. These progress checks are designed to see what students know, what they do not know, and how we get them from place to place. But these are not necessarily there to represent a grade, but to see what the student needs to do to progress in their understanding. We then have test week, which is a summative test in each science completed in a lesson before the Easter holidays. This will provide students with a grade and something that we will look at when setting them for the next year. In terms of teachers, most students will have 3 teachers, and each of them will focus on a different subject area. In terms of setting, in Year 7, all science is taught in form groups, and then in Year 8, science is done in sets. This will be predominantly based on the test week result, but also progress and attitude throughout the year will be taken into account, looking at reports and so forth. The test week result is paramount in determining the sets, however. In terms of homework, pupils will receive 2 to 3 30-minute homework tasks every 2 weeks, and these are designed to capitalise and evaluate the information that they receive in lessons and to consolidate their understanding, or to further it, looking beyond the curriculum that we have designed. I do hope that's useful, and if there are any questions, please do email the Science Department. I do hope your child enjoys science at St Peter's.